Technical Foul Podcast. It's your boy Abdi.
Yeah, it's your boy King Testify.
King Testify, aka Yohannes, aka Johnny.
AKA the Bass God, AKA Kawhi Me a River biggest fan.
Yes, sir. Today, we're back with NBA talk. A little bit more about Black Lives Matters and Yohannes' little old segment where he's going to talk about whatever it is that he needs to talk about.
Yeah,
I think I have a feeling. But let's start off with the NBA, man. We have a few topics to talk about when it comes to the NBA. Bulls head coach vacancies. NBA not forcing players to play if they don't want to due to the COVID-19, but the salaries will be cut. We'll talk about that. And then, what is it called? Players are working out in facilities solo dolo now. So, Bulls head coach vacancies, man. Jim Boylan has been talked about a lot in the past few weeks about like firings and resigning or whatnot. There's a lot of coaches that are available in the market. Who do you think is the best fit for the Chicago Bulls, and the team they have?
I mean, personally, man, I can't say. I mean, there's a lot of good coaches in the market, but it's got to start with the front office, man. I mean, they gotta make a plan on who they want to keep on their court and who they want for their future before they can actually bring in a coach and figure out what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause there's a lot of great coaches in the market, and there's gonna be a lot of great coaches that are gonna get fired as well. That's gonna be available as well.
Okay, so what do you think about all right, so like if it was the top three, I mean, I heard homeboy from the San Antonio Spurs, Akudo, I forget what his name is. You got the computer right there.
Ime Udoka.
Can you fact check his last name for us?
Yeah.
Anyways, homeboy from San Antonio is the one who's probably gonna get the job from what ESPN, NBA, and NBA TV and all them. Did we say it right?
Yeah.
Ime Udoka. Sorry if I butchered your name. Shout out Becky Hammons, man.
Shout out to Becky, bro. OG in the game.
No one talks about female coaches in the NBA.
And she knows how to coach, bro. She knows how to coach.
Shout out to her for acknowledging half-court entertainment, because she came through on the page and showed some love yesterday. So shout out to Becky Hammond.
Man. Hey, shout out to Becky, man. Becky deserves to be a head coach in the league.
Shout out Becky Hammond. I believe that you're gonna get your head coach position, and it's gonna be because of your buddy and your best friend. I think he's your best friend, Greg Popovich.
And because of her hard work too.
Yeah. Yo, she works hard.
Yeah, I do. She is a coach.
Yes, sir. But I think honestly, Mark Jackson, man, no one really talks about him, and I believe that he's fit for that position. I mean, you look at what he did in Golden State. Like, young guys brought them up. Steve Kerr came. Oh, look it, I'm a great coach now. Boom, So if the Bulls need a coach at this time, it's gonna be Mark Jackson. It has to be Mark Jackson. He's the best fit for Zach LaVine and those young guys, Kobe White, all those young guys. I mean, I don't know what you have to say about like me and my thoughts, but
I agree, because they need a coach that will be a leader, not really a coach that's had experience in the league. I mean, that's one thing, but they need a coach to bring them together, because they have a lot of young talent, but they just don't know their roles, and they don't have somebody to look up to as far as like, hey, I respect this man, or woman.
Yeah.
So, no, he's a great coach, and he's been robbed. He should have been the coach of the Knicks. The 5 times they tried to hire different people. You know what I mean? They had coaches every year. They had Derek Fisher as a coach.
They did.
No disrespect to him, but come on, Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, those are better suited coaches.
Kenny Smith's been looking for a coaching job for a break.
No, I don't want him to leave, man. NBA on TNT is funny as hell.
Yes, it is.
Him and Chuck and
Talk
Shaq
your shit,
and
boy.
Ernie. That's one of the reasons why I love watching basketball, in a sense, because that's just funny, man.
I know, it brings good entertainment.
Great entertainment.
Let's go on to the NBA not forcing players to play, but cutting salary.
Right.
Does that make any sense to you, bro? You're telling players not to play, but if you don't play, we're not gonna pay you. Bro.
Yeah, they gotta get cut. I mean, they can't be paid the same as guys who are leaving their families.
If you choose not to play, bro.
Right.
I mean, yeah, okay, cool. Like, that's for your health and your family's reasons, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of a bit skeptic about like the way that the NBA went about that.
I mean, honestly, like the details of everything that's gonna happen in Disney is just kind of sketchy, anyways. Like nobody really knows exactly what's gonna happen. Not even NBA players, because I saw what Carmelo said, and he said he doesn't even know the full facts of what's gonna be going on or how this is all gonna be moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that yeah, it's not fair for guys to leave their families and go play basketball, go do what they love, and then there's guys who don't want to be a part of it and.
Yeah.
They're not getting, you know what I'm saying?
The same.
Yeah, they're not getting
especially
treated.
for those two-way players, which the NBA just announced today that 17-player roster, and you could get two-way players. And if you don't know what two-way players are, it's NBA players, G League players who have NBA contracts, so like Taco Fall
Right.
and etc. So like it used to be a 15-man roster. I don't know if that's upper hand advantage to some teams when you look at some G League prospects out there, but I don't know, man.
I mean, it could be. It could give G League prospects a shot in the NBA. When
Talking about NBA salaries and players not being able to play, Yohannes,
what's up?
the season's coming to an end. The season should have ended a while ago. It should have been like Game 4 of the NBA Finals right now.
No, it should have been Game 4 of the Celtics and the Clippers. But go ahead.
We should have been getting prepared to. The NBA has been doing the last 3 years. They've been doing the NBA awards where they announce the MVPs, season awards. Let's talk about season awards, bro.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. You tell me. Let's start all the way at the bottom. Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. Come on, man. We know who the Rookie of the Year is.
Who, sir?
How does Fight say it? Ja Morant.
Shout out Flight.
Shout out to Flight. FTC. Definitely Ja Morant, man. For
Flight
a little
crew,
bit.
stand up.
Flight crew stand up. I think it's Ja Morant because it definitely was supposed to be a toss up between him and Zion. Where back in January when he came back and he was just dominating.
Mm-hmm.
But with everything that's happened, plus the fact that Ja's been consistent and they're the 8th seed in the West,
Yeah.
I think it goes to him.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, despite Zion's amazing play at the end of the season, or like his start of his career,
Right.
Despite all that, I think Ja Morant deserves it, and he will be getting it. But if Zion was healthy, I think that Zion would have won it.
Well, let me ask you
I
this.
definitely think that Zion would have won it.
Let me ask you this: I think there's 8 regular season games remaining, right? If this goes through,
Yeah.
Do you think Zion has time to kind of prove himself to maybe be in that mix again, or
See, this is where Adam Silver gets his money. This is where the pesos come in. This is where the moolah comes in, because the Pelicans technically wasn't supposed to really be in the playoff hunt. Realistically speaking, they wasn't even supposed to be around. The fact that Zion is able to play in Orlando, we're gonna get to see the best of the best go at it, rookie-wise, and it's gonna be great to see Ja go head-to-head with Zion in this shortened end of the season.
Yo.
If it happens, I don't know what the schedule's looking like. Do you know what the schedule is?
Nah, man, it's so like itchy with the facts.
But like, shit, man, I don't know, man. Zion would have been great to see him healthy.
Hey, well, the thing is, he has 4 months off.
Yeah.
So he can just come in fully healthy.
Yep.
And just do what he does.
Yep.
So we'll see, I guess.
Yep. What's it called? What's next on the board? 6th man of the year, bro.
Sixth man. I was gonna say Lou Will, but guess what? It's not Lou Will this year, man.
No. Talk to me.
It goes to my friend, my favorite German, Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, I heard German. I was about to say, don't say Dirk, because he's out.
Oh, man, shout out to Dirk, man. Shout out to Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh,
but no, Dennis, man, they're the 4th or 5th seed in the West.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but I had him in the lottery this year, man.
In our fantasy league?
No, in the beginning of the season, I thought they weren't going to be a playoff team.
Oh, the Thunder, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with the solid play Dennis showed. But
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging.
most of it has to do with Chris Paul's leadership.
Chris Paul. Well, he did this plant-based diet this year,
He's
where he
healthy.
said it helped him be healthy, And we saw him dunk in the NBA All-Star game at 35 years old.
Never seen that before.
What the hell, bro? I thought I was drunk. I was like, there's no way this dude jumped, bounced, grabbed the ball, alley-oop, and threw that down. I'm like, what the hell, man?
I know, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, back to Dennis. He's averaging 20 points a game off the bench. Should be a starter like he was in Atlanta, and he's out here just hooping, man.
Yeah, seriously, a lot. I wasn't even thinking Dennis when you said that. I was thinking of 2 Clippers players, but my option was gonna be Montrez, because he's been balling and he deserves that contract.
I was gonna say he needs that big payday, man.
Yeah, and Houston fucked up for letting him go.
Do you think that was actually worth it for Chris Paul? Him, Lou Will, Patrick Beverly, Sam Decker.
I think it was, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it did bring him to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, 1 game away from the finals. But
Twice. That happened twice, right?
Yeah. I mean, the second time was in the semis, but
Montrez has been hooping, and shout out to him, bro, because like if he doesn't get recognized this award season, I don't know who. I mean, yeah, Dennis, yeah, Lou Will, but like Montrez, man,
underrated.
Very, very underrated, and the big man's in the NBA now is not a thing of it's a thing of the past.
Right.
And he's making it like I feel like when I watch Montrez, bro, he's like a newer version of Chris Webber. I don't know if you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Spacing the floor, all that.
And he has this grit to him. Like he doesn't like. In the beginning of the season, I saw the jump. They were like, "Hey, do you think we're gonna be contenders this year?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look, man, just because we got Kawhi and PG doesn't mean we're gonna be contenders. We got to go out
there."
Kept
it a stack.
Yeah, he kept it real, and he was like, "Yo, there's teams out there that's gonna grind for what we need to get."
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's out here like really putting in that work. He's almost averaging 20 and 10.
It's insane.
Off the bench with Lou Will also averaging 20 points. Like, come on, man. Like, you know.
Insane,
and then you look at last year when they pushed the Warriors.
He's young too.
Games. Yeah, he's young.
He's mad young.
Hey, man, makes me want to go to the gym, man. I'm over here looking scrawny and we're about the same age.
I mean, shit. Don't we all wish the gyms were open now? I mean, at least over here, but I don't know what you guys' situation is. But let's go over to most improved.
Most improved. You know what?
You want me to go first?
You go ahead. You go ahead first. Yeah.
All right. People put this man at a pedestal where he shouldn't be talked about when it comes to they put him on a higher pedestal. But Luka Doncic, bro. Okay. Yes. Wait. It's his second year.
Second year.
All right. I'm not tripping. Cool. That's great. Second year in the league, hooping like he's an MVP.
He is MVP in my opinion. In the conversation.
He's in the conversation for sure.
Yeah, of course.
But like the fact that he had that amazing run his rookie season and then topped that this year, especially with Kristaps healthy, it's just insane. He had that big jump from last year where his numbers were high. Everyone was expecting high. He had high expectations this year.
Right.
And then boom. Kristaps comes back healthy. He's still fucking performing, putting those triple doubles, breaking records.
And he's only 20.
Insane. So my most improved player is Luka. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you have to say about that, but
no. Just to piggyback real quick, I'm not gonna say he came out of nowhere. He probably put that. He definitely put that work in over in the offseason. But the fact that Dallas is a top team in the West.
Yeah.
By a 20-year-old, prodigy. He's gonna be a multiple. You hear right now, multiple MVP winner.
Yes, sir.
For sure. That's not for sure.
Yes, sir.
But even with all that being said, he's not my MVP, man. I mean, most improved player of the year.
Interesting. Wow.
It goes to my African brother, man.
Pascal?
No, but he should.
He's like two-time.
Oh my God.
Two-time.
No, it's Bam Adebayo.
Yes.
Because listen.
Shout out Bam, holding it down for all my Africans, my guy.
And he came out the mud too, man. In the trailer park with his mom, and he put in that work. But that's for another.
I honestly think that's Dwight's brother.
Dude, how the hell they built like that, man?
Built like that, looking like they look exactly like each other. Don't tell me they don't. Him and Dwight. Look up a picture of him.
I know. I'm trying. Yeah, I can look up a picture, but yeah, they do look alike. But Bam is built different. I mean, Africans, we look better, man. You know what I'm saying? We just, we have that glow. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but look. Anyways, but Bam, you see how when Hassan left, he got the opportunity to really show Miami and the world who he really is, and he averages damn near a triple-double every 3 games, right? And one thing about Bam that nobody talks about, he's the only player, in my opinion, that can stop Giannis. Yep. Because both games they played in Milwaukee, he shut him down.
Yep.
He completely shut him down, and he was an All-Star this year. He deserves to be in the Defensive Player of the Year mix. Maybe not win it, but at least in the mix. But his stats speaks for itself. I mean, they got Jimmy, and then no disrespect to the rest of the team, but they're all young guys. So the fact that Miami's a 4th seed, I think, in the East,
and a dark horse.
Yeah, and they can beat any team, honestly, in the league, man.
They're a dark horse.
They beat Milwaukee both times, and they're the top team in the East consecutively. Yep. So that's my opinion.
Yep. So we went through the 6th Man of the Year, Most Improved, Rookie of the Year. Let's talk about the Defensive Player of the Year. Let me go first on this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people, when they hear Defensive Player of the Year, they think, who's holding it down defensively? Of course, first names that come to mind are Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, which probably never gets a lot of respect because this defense is amazing, bro.
Amazing, yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
For sure.
But why not give the Defensive Player of the Year to one of the greatest players of all time?
Whoa, who is this?
LeBron James.
Come on, man. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now, I don't have the stats in front of me, bro, but if do you mind looking up?
I was gonna say I pulled up.
Yeah. Do you mind looking up LeBron's stats, bro?
It's not gonna be that good defensively. Trust me.
I mean, he performs year in and year out defensively. Right. Search top 10 block or whatever that works to. What do we have here?
0 steals a game, 0 blocks a game.
Yikes. And that right there is my passing over to Yohannes. I fucked that one up big time.
No, listen, but he does. But I will give credit to Abdi because my pick was gonna be Anthony Davis.
Yeah, man. But LeBron really never gets his defense gets looked over.
Well, I'll say this because he conserves himself because he got to play on both sides of the court.
Right.
So you got to think there's 82 games in the season, and this is
I'm probably thinking Cleveland LeBron or his first year in LA LeBron.
Man, first year LA LeBron didn't do crap.
I mean, he missed 17 games.
Exactly my point. Listen, LeBron has to, people want to say carry the team for 82 games, whatever. I don't, everybody knows how I feel about LeBron. But listen, he has to carry the team on both ends, and this is his first year. He doesn't have to do that, right? So he has that plus 4 to 7 games in the first round in the playoffs. Same in the semis. Same in the conference finals and in the finals. And he's been to the finals 8 straight times, 9 overall. So obviously he's going to conserve himself. He's 35 and he's out here hooping. How many 35-year-old guys in the NBA
are able to say, I'm playing almost 40 minutes a game?
Exactly, other than Michael Jordan, who won Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season of the age of 35. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, AD. Go ahead. Talk
AD,
about it.
Yeah, AD, because in the beginning of the year he said, my goal is to make our team a defensive team and to win Defensive Player of the Year. And what he's doing on the court,
he's leading. All right.
Top 5 in steals. Blocks.
I know this is factual when it comes to AD and the Lakers.
Right.
He's leading the team in pretty much every stat possible. And no one talks about that.
Right. Everything I think except assists. Because LeBron's leading the league in assists right now.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Which is really crazy. But we kind of saw that when you have AD, you got Dwight, you can just lob it up to them.
Yeah.
It's makes it easier for LeBron because he's a great playmaker.
Yeah.
But Anthony Davis also did say, to back you up, he did say he wanted to push LeBron to be a greater defender this year too.
Man, I can't believe I fucked that one up big time.
No, he didn't mess it up. It's just LeBron isn't that great on the defensive end. Not even top 3 of all time in my opinion. But
let's go.
I'm just saying, man.
Let's go over to the next award.
MVP.
So we went through most improved. No, coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Oh, how can I gloss over that?
I mean, shit. I know. I'm gonna be biased as fuck, but you can go first.
Hey, listen, we're gonna go.
Y'all probably fucking hate me, but Brad Stevens, man, he's been overlooked his entire career when it comes to coaching. He led a team that had who had their best player was a 5'5" point guard. He led them to almost Eastern Conference Finals. Was it almost the Eastern
Consecutively.
Yeah, and the fact that no one fucking talks about that just irks me. So like, my coach of the year is Brad Stevens.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's always been great, and he came from the collegiate level.
Yeah, and he's always been a good college coach too. So
great college coach. Yeah, I mean, he brought Butler to the
took him to the Final Four twice.
Yeah,
or Elite Eight
championship.
twice.
Championship.
Yeah, he took him to the championship game.
So
lost by 2, right?
I think Gordon missed the shot.
Yeah, bro.
But no, shout out to Brad Stevens, but that's not my pick, man. It's not my pick.
We were just talking about like how there's a lot of coaches in the NBA that get overlooked.
Overlooked, man.
But Yohannes, go ahead, man. I know you're kind of on the fence about this.
So my thing is, I want to give a shout out to Brett Brown, South Portland native. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Brett Brown.
And you know, I hope he does a great job as a coach, and I hope he still stays as a coach of Philly.
There's a connection with you and Brett Brown, by the way.
And his father coached for Shepherds, man. I went to Shepherds, and he's from South Portland native. Yeah. So I'm always back up Brett Brown, even though he probably knows he doesn't know who I am, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to him. But my pick of the coach of the year belongs to Eric Spoelstra. This man has now 2 All-Stars, but he has Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and then he has younger players, Tyler Hero, elevating his game.
Tyler Hero, yeah.
You know, elevating his game. Duncan Robinson, elevating his game.
Another Maine native.
Exactly, yeah. So he has a lot of young players, and the fact that they're a 4th or 5th seed in the East, and they can damn near beat any team in the league.
Again, as we said earlier, they're the dark horse.
Right, and I feel like his coaching has been overlooked ever since LeBron came into Miami.
Right.
Because everybody has that sign or the opinion of LeBron's the coach anywhere he goes.
Right.
Which I will agree that LeBron doesn't have or never had that many great coaches. But Eric Spoelstra is one of the most underrated coaches this game has ever seen.
No one talks about it.
Nobody talks about it, and I think that he deserves to be coach of the year, in my opinion.
Okay. Well said. Let's move over and talk about the most valuable. You want me to go first on this?
Hey, you go first, because I'm going to go off, man.
I know you're going to go off.
I'm going to go off.
He's got my boy came with the fact check today.
Hey, man, y'all better believe that, man.
Clearly I didn't, because I chose LeBron's defensive player. But, what's it called? My MVP, man, as much as you guys are probably not going to agree with me, he's been left out of the conversation for many years, and he shows out and performs year after year and year after year. He does better and better, and it's gonna be James Harden, regardless of how well. Like, I'm not looking up stats right now because I already know what he's able to do statistically. Nearly averaging a triple double, especially with having Russell Westbrook join the team. And I also think they're a dark horse in the playoffs that are gonna come up. But the fact that no one's just acknowledging the fact that he's one of the best, literally scorers. He could score anytime he wants. He could get a 60-point triple-double every night if he really wanted to, bro. And it's sad to me that people think that he just jacks up 50 shots. Like, it's, if I could jack up 50 shots. No, bro. No, it's not like that. You're in the NBA. You're jacking up 40 shots, taking 20 free throws, and he plays smart. People don't understand that, bro. So, like, my MVP is James Harden. Hold it down.
So I'm going to piggyback on what you said because you know how I feel about Harden.
Yeah.
And he got robbed against Giannis, in my opinion. Giannis is a great player, but Harden put up unbelievable. He almost averaged 40 points a game.
Yeah.
And carried a team where everybody was like, "Oh, Trevor Ariza's not on the team anymore. They're not going to be a playoff contender." Get the hell out of here! Man. Are you seriously talking about Trevor Ariza?
Yo, is that a fucking shade to Doreen?
Doreen, Crispo, I will never forget it.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
These guys, I think Houston went off to a slump the first 20 games last season, and they were like, "Oh, no Trevor Ariza, they're gonna have a problem." I'm like, do you not know they?
Trevor Ariza is a great utility player. He's
great utility player. Yeah. Keyword utility player. Yeah. Listen, he's not James Harden. No. This man was a reigning MVP at the time.
Right. And only had Chris Paul.
He was injured in and out. Capella was injured. Eric Gordon was injured, and Harden consistently played every game. And everybody said, "Oh, he's gonna be gassed up. He's gonna be tired." Do you guys realize that the fact that Harden's only lost to the Warriors in the playoffs, no other team, and
it's crazy. That's crazy.
And they had 5.
It's like Michael Jordan losing to the only loss he had was the Orlando Magic.
Right, and they came back and swept them. When they came back for the second 3-peat. But like in my opinion, I was just gonna say, in my opinion, people downplay Harden. I get that he doesn't perform on the level of the regular season, moving to the playoffs.
Right.
But he's still hooping, man. He's still averaging. Last season, I think he averaged 28 points a game in the playoffs. I mean, last time I checked, 28 points is hard to achieve by any player, and people want to throw shade at that.
Yep.
But my MVP, if you know me, you know I'm gonna pick for the MVP. And I'm gonna be biased, but this is not my real answer. But he should be in the conversation. My man, Kawhi me a river, bro. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, man. People want to hate, but this man is one of the greatest players of all time. I don't care what anybody says. He's won a championship with 2 different teams. About to be a 3rd team this season.
Speak some fucking knowledge.
Listen,
people, bro.
And he's putting up career stats in points, rebounds, and assists.
This is the numbers guy right here.
This
guy right here is all about numbers.
And people want to say he took time off. Okay, I think he missed. If I'm not correct, I think like somewhere in the teens, like 12, 15 games or something like that.
Right.
And he was injured. And listen, one thing I want to say is I saw Stephen A. Smith downplaying Kawhi Leonard last year. He was saying his playoff performance was not impeccable, right? What the hell are you talking about, bro? He beat the Sixers with one of the greatest shots.
Tell Stephen A. Smith to spell impeccable real quick.
He don't know how to spell it. Listen, the only thing impeccable about Stephen A. Smith is his forehead. But listen, no disrespect. I gotta respect him because he's one of the greatest to do it.
Shout out to him, man. He's my hero, bro.
Yeah, he's a great man.
Yes, sir.
Grinded through everything.
Yes, sir.
But back to Kawhi, he had one of the greatest shots of NBA history.
Yep.
And I was with Abdi when we got to see that game.
Yep.
He beat Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, moved on, right? They were down 2-0 against Milwaukee, and the MVP of Yohannes came back, stopped him for 4 straight games, and won 4 straight games. And I get that in the finals they, played the Warriors team that had a lot of injuries, but Steph played all of the games. Draymond, Goodell, DeMarcus, and Clay played 4.5 out of the 6 games that was there.
Yep.
So I don't want anybody to downplay his.
At the end of the day, they had a better roster than the Toronto Raptors.
Right.
There's no way. Because that's pretty much the same roster that pretty much beat LeBron and the Cavs.
Exactly.
And no one talks about that.
And actually, better team in my opinion.
Because
you're at DeMarcus, but I know the
Kawhi and Pascal had a crazy year.
Dude, Pascal is so underrated in this league.
Bro.
But back to Kawhi.
I agree with you. Kawhi really gets underlooked. Look at his numbers, points per game.
He's averaging 27 points, 7.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and then his defensive play gets overlooked. But guess what?
His PR is a fucking 26, bro.
Listen.
It's almost a fucking 27. That's insane.
Listen, and you know what's crazy, too, is my man was playing off one leg, basically, right?
No one talks about that.
LeBron had 6 to 7 months off. First game of the season, Kawhi doesn't have his partner. And he goes out and beats LeBron and AD. Come on, man.
In the Staples Center, where there was more Lakers fans than there was Clippers fans.
And there was a home game for the Clippers fans. For the Clippers team.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Staples Center.
Way more Lakers fans.
Exactly. But I know nobody's gonna agree with me, even though that's my MVP. But I will give it to Giannis because I know that's where it's gonna head towards. Just the fact, man. He look at the supporting cast.
Man. Chris Middleton,
Eric Bledsoe.
George Hill. No one talks about George Hill.
George Hill, man. Hey, he's the one who cost LeBron that game. 2018 Finals Game 1.
No.
If he made that free throw, they would have won the game.
No, let's not. Come on, bro.
Come on.
Okay, yeah.
No, because if he made that free throw, then
you're right.
they
That
would
game would have been sealed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you don't really expect a lot from JR, man. Henny God, and
he is gonna find a team.
he deserves to.
Yeah,
he deserves to. I'm hooping with him in 2K right now.
29 points.
But yeah, Yohannes, man, averaging 30 points a game, damn near 14 rebounds, 6 assists.
That's Shaq numbers. I haven't
Come on,
seen those
man.
numbers.
He's the most dominant player in the league right now.
That's insane, bro.
He's the most dominant player. And this man, if he can get a 3-point shot, hey,
So
man,
good.
I'm just saying.
So
I'm just saying, man.
So, shit, man. So we went through the season awards. Shit. Yohannes had some fucking bold statements. I had some fucking idiotic statements.
Nah, you had some real statements, honestly.
Because, I did not fact check clearly before the defensive player of the year, but we have the number guy to the right of me, so we should be good.
About kind of what's going on, and right now I'm gonna just stick with the NBA for now. And I saw this question on First Take, shout out to First Take. Who needs to win a championship more between these three guys? Giannis, Kawhi, or LeBron? And they're saying for the most part Kawhi because his body's starting to break down, whatever. And he needs to prove that he's the best player in the league.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say LeBron because he's in LA. When you go to LA, that's when your legacy either falls apart or grows. And I feel like with the team that he has, plus with RIP to Kobe and his daughter Gigi, with that happening, I feel like he has to win the championship this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody with the whole MJ documentary that came out, people are saying, "Oh wow, look at this! MJ was really the GOAT. Stop this LeBron, Jordan comparison."
I think MJ planned that perfectly though.
Hey, listen, and he did because all our friends, say that LeBron is the greatest when they just want to deny Michael Jordan. I mean, don't get me wrong. LeBron's one of the greatest of all times. I will say that.
Yeah.
But everybody overlooks MJ and what he did and the performances that he had.
Yeah.
This man ate a pizza that was poisoned by 5 guys that showed up to his hotel room.
On an elimination game.
On an elimination game.
At 2 a.m.
Actually,
who does that? He ate a whole box of pizza at 2 a.m. and went out and dropped 40.
Actually, it was an elimination game.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. They were gonna win the championship.
Oh, it was a flu game. Yeah.
But either way, he still came up and dropped buckets on everybody.
They should call that the pizza game now. Change the flu game shoes to the pizza game.
Hey
shoes.
man, I'll cop me a couple pairs, man.
Yeah,
I'll cop some shoes, man.
I'd call it the food poison.
The food poison, bro. I'll pull up to the club with that, man. Come on, man. But listen, back to this. I feel like LeBron needs to really prove himself. I mean, like, people like me as a critic will say, hey, look, 2014, Ray Allen bailed him out.
I don't know. I mean,
no, but I'm just saying, like, as a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he won a championship fair and
Yeah.
square. But people can say that. People can say Kyrie made that shot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm just saying, as arguments.
Yeah.
So I really want to see LeBron win his championship. And me personally, I will not say, hey, listen, COVID happened, so this championship doesn't count. He won a fair square, regardless of what happens moving forward. So in my opinion, I feel like he deserves, or he should, win a championship between those three. What about you?
Who, LeBron?
In my opinion.
If it was anyone I would want to see to win a championship this year, obviously, it would be my Boston Celtics.
I mean, come on, man, take him, bro.
But LeBron deserves it, bro.
No, I don't mean deserve it. I mean, who needs to win one? My fault.
Who needs to win
Between
one?
these three, who needs to win it to kind of
to cement their career?
Yeah, cement the career, but also like not have to face a lot of
backlash
come next season.
LeBron James.
Okay, so you agree with me on that?
I totally agree with you, but it's coming like in the NBA now. Like everyone talks about like your career, how many rings you've had,
right,
and whatnot, right?
Right.
Look at Allen Iverson, bro. Legend. Went to the championship, pretty much took the entire fucking team with a fucking banged up Dikembe Mutombo.
All I know in that team was Eric Snow.
Dikembe Mutombo, old ass Dikembe.
Right.
And took him to the championship, beat the untouchable Lakers in the first game. The fucking iconic step over he had on Ty Lue. And people still talk about that to this day. What I'm trying to get at is championships they do and they don't define your career.
Right.
LeBron has won it. He won it with. Some people say he won it by cheating. Some people say he won it by straight, like, pure, like, fucking skill and him being the type of player he is. Right. But at the end of the day, people remember you for the type of player you were, and on the court and off the court. And LeBron is doing a great job by that. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, I'm a big time LeBron critic.
This year, as you said, like the question you said was like, is it gonna cement it? Like who needs to like fucking
right? And I wasn't gonna say Kawhi because Kawhi already won a championship, so I'm not gonna put him in there.
Multiple times now.
Right.
Yeah.
He's about to win his third, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
You agree?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if anybody benefits from time off, it's Kawhi.
Right.
You know, so.
But when you talk about career-wise, LeBron, he's got the whole world watching him right now, bro.
The whole world, and he has a lot of critics.
I know you're the biggest critic when it comes to LeBron, and it's not on some asshole shit. It's on some real shit.
Yeah, right. It's just me trying to see what he can prove still. You know what I mean? Because he's one of the greatest. Come on, man.
What is he, 34, 35?
35, and I got pairs on pairs of LeBrons, man. I hoop in LeBrons, you know, even though I don't hoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
But my thing is, if you want to be in that GOAT conversation, there's MVPs. He has 4. I think that's more than enough to be in that conversation. But finals 9 times, won 3 only. You know, and then one of them was kind of like, Ray Allen. If you didn't make that shot, you'd be 2-7 kind of thing. I just want to see him win it in LA, where the lights shine bright.
And Kobe's watching.
Kobe's watching, and I feel like, in my opinion, rest his soul, and all 9 lives actually that were on that flight.
Every life that was on that flight.
Yeah, and I think that LeBron just needs to prove it. You see Kareem doing it, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, everybody's done it in LA, so it's his time to, you know.
Has everyone done it in LA?
The greats.
But the greats couldn't do it without other greats.
But he has Anthony Davis.
Right now he has no excuse.
Come on, man.
Now he has no excuse.
He has no excuse.
But the league is way more competitive than it's ever been. So that's also
true. But with all the circumstances going on right now, I feel like the only teams you got to worry about is, to be biased, Boston, Milwaukee, and the Clippers, and maybe Houston. In my opinion, like with everything that's going on, I feel like those are the only teams you got to worry about. And hey, I'm just saying, he has a fair shot compared to.
He has the best shot.
Yeah.
He has the best shot.
Exactly.
So Yohannes, man, fuck with that. Segment's crazy. It gets better and better week by week. Last week was Drew Brees. This week is fuck with it.
Hey man, listen.
We're gonna talk a little bit more about Black Lives Matters. It's stained us all, not just Black lives, but all lives in general. What's it called? Black Lives Matter, as we all know, we talked about this on our last episode. And shout out to the people that listened to that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because that episode was probably one of the best episodes like we put out in a minute, bro.
For real.
In a minute. And I couldn't have done that without my boy Yohannes, Doreen, and
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich. We miss you, Richard. We miss you, but we talked about that. You guys can listen to the last episode, and you could hear it, and you could hear our thoughts on Black Lives Matters. But all lives don't matter. Again, I'm gonna say this over and over again. All lives don't matter if Black lives don't matter.
Amen.
Point blank period. I don't care what you think. That's my perspective on it. Okay. Let's talk about sports and the play they have in Black Lives Matters. Yohannes, the NBA and the NFL have had waves so far. We've talked about the protest, about players protesting and whatnot, you know.
Right.
But in the past couple of days, the NBA, as you said, the NBA, what is it called? Some of the owners.
Well, some of the owners haven't spoken up. And I think, me personally...
Mine is Mark Cuban.
minus Mark Cuban and minus the Celtics president as well.
Yep.
Him, I believe MJ donated $100 million
Mm-hmm.
over the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to say the Sacramento Kings owner is also the last owner, fourth owner, who's spoken up. And my thing is this, right? You know, you see everybody, you see on Instagram about players or owners or teams or whatever saying, hey, we don't condone what's going on, right?
Right.
Which is great. Speaking up is great, and especially if you're a white American with power. I feel like that makes it even more of a voice in America because, America, they don't treat us the same, right?
Right.
But what's next? You got billions of dollars in your pocket,
And you're not using it.
right? And you're not using it,
And you're not using the platform you have.
right? And I feel like as NBA owners, you make money off of African American players, right? And typically, you see these NBA owners who have, charity events where NBA players come, speak, donate, all of this to the owner's charity events or the team's charity events. But guess what? Now when African American players and, African Americans in general need your help or need you to be on their side, you're kind of staying in the shadows.
And it's sad.
And it's super sad. I mean, this is a time where you gotta show
Respect.
respect
Not
and
only
show
respect, you gotta show like the type of character you have. You gotta back your words, like
exactly. And if you're an owner, you're a leader. You're in a leadership role, so you need to show that you're a leader to everybody that you bring on your squad. On board with you.
All right.
In my opinion.
Can I piggyback off of your ownership
For sure.
stance?
Go ahead.
So the NFL, I'm gonna switch over to jump over to the NFL.
Go for it. Yeah.
The NFL is planning to donate through the next 10 years, I believe, or some shit like that. Through the next couple of years, I think, $250 million towards systemic racism. Okay, Yohannes, knowing how much Kaepernick means to the NFL, we spoke on it a little bit last week. You knowing how much Kaepernick tried to fucking tried to show the people what the fuck was wrong.
Right.
And Roger Goodell using it as a fucking, as a way to gain, to gain pretty much popularity in the league now.
Right.
And it's sad. That's just my perspective.
A lot of people are doing that actually.
And it's sad to me. It's
Right.
like, bro, if you really cared about this,
Right.
you would be putting Kaepernick on a team right now.
100%.
And it's sad to me that that's the way that everything is going down. And we $250 million is a lot. $100 million is a lot. Shout out Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's been doing a lot of shit silently, and he didn't need to publicly show his fucking respect he has for black people, his own people. He's been doing it for many years. No one talks about it, right?
Is he the only black owner in the league? I think he is.
Well, yeah. Well, he's one of the minority owners. There's one in Sacramento. He's not black though. He's
Okay.
Indian.
Well, and spoke up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. You know where I'm going with this, but go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to get at is, if you care so much about systemic racism, why use it as a tool for popularity in your league right now?
But do you know why? Because we're in an era right now where if you don't speak up and you have power like that,
But the guy that was trying to speak up, you guys put down. That's what pisses me off
hey
about
man,
this.
the smart minds know that, and the smart minds agree with you because he's been doing this for years, and everybody looked at him shamefully, booing him, got robbed of many jobs.
It's just sad, bro. It's like I feel like they're trying to cover up again. Like, okay, we care about racism, but we're not gonna bring Kaepernick back to the league, bro. Kaepernick opened you guys' eyes. Yes, he took a kneel. Yes, he did all that to open your eyes, and it took you how long?
It didn't even take him this long. I don't think the time frame is what took him this long. It's the fact that the video of George Floyd, rest in peace, came out, and they were like, "Oh shit, this is actually
this
really
shit
going on."
is real, bro.
Yeah, it took him. How many people have died? How many videos have came out where it's like,
Bro,
when somebody dies and then, oh no, but he did this, he did that,
Yeah.
and then now you see a video
Of
of
a
an
man.
officer, no, not even an officer, a murderer putting his knee on a human being's life who said he couldn't breathe multiple times for 8 minutes, 8+ minutes, and it takes that video to surface and protests are emerging like, oh shit, you know what, Abdi? This is really happening in America. It took him that long.
It's crazy. And there's also another sport out there that we want to talk about, NASCAR. Also has decided to pitch in on the BLM movement by banning Confederate flags. Kudos to you guys. Took you a while. That's primarily looked at as a sport that black people, minorities, Hispanics in general just don't care much about.
Yeah, and not associated with.
Yeah, not associated with, which is like, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. But the fact that the ownership and the front office over at NASCAR is handling this situation promptly is great. Yohannes, do you want to talk about the Confederate flag real quick?
I was gonna say, first off, this is 2020. Why did it take them this long to ban that? I mean, in my opinion, not to just go, off topic, but I don't know why a lot of things that are happening now, to make their image look so good, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's restaurants that are pitching money in or doing this or whatever, to players and Roger Goodell. Why? It's funny how you guys wait till now to make a change when millions of people, 50 states had protests, 18 countries. It takes you that amount of time and effort from all these people to make
it takes COVID-19 protests.
Yeah, people had to. That's why I was telling them off
social
topic.
media.
Yeah, man.
If it wasn't for LeBron James, I'm gonna be honest with you. LeBron doesn't get no respect.
Listen. In my opinion, I feel like LeBron's the reason why Drew Brees came out with an apology.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, in my opinion, man, because he put.
Crispo, you heard that? Crispo, you heard that?
Hey, Crispo, this is your only W, man. Hey, after this, I'm not talking about LeBron in a positive way. But
shout out my boy Seco. Go listen to his new song.
Yeah, ain't no worries. But listen. It's crazy, and I want to talk about this gentleman real quick. I'm gonna butcher his name, and I don't really give a damn. Ray Ciccarelli.
That's actually really good.
Hey,
it sounds Italian.
This man came out and said that he's done with NASCAR because he doesn't believe in kneeling in the anthem or them getting rid of the Confederate flag. And look, this is America. I totally respect the fact that you can do whatever. You can believe whatever you want.
Shout out to Gambino, aka Danny Glover.
That music video, that was tough. But look, this is America, so you can believe in what you want to believe, right? You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to walk away from the sport, go for it, right? This man had 0 NASCAR wins, so who cares if he's gone? I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
But look, he has a right to do it, but come on, man.
He hit him with
really? Come on, man. Are you trying to get clout from this?
That's
what I'm saying? I never heard of this guy before.
So
he did.
So do you want to read out his quote?
So basically, in gist, I have it in front of me. He said in quotes, "Well, it's been a fun ride," which he never really did, but he never did nothing. But well, it's been a fun ride and a dream come true. But if this is the direction that NASCAR is headed, we will not participate after 2020 season's over. I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love. And I think when he said we, I think him and his team. Sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But do you know how many people would love to be in your position right now that grinded to be, in the NASCAR? Yeah, like
shout out my boy Dalton Myers.
Hey man, he's killing it, bro. Ever since I met him, man, like he's just doing his thing, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
But look, man. You're looking for clout. That's what it is. All right? Nobody's going to miss you. Not me. I don't even know anything about NASCAR, right? Other than Jeff Gordon. That's all I know.
Or Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know.
He doesn't know who Dale
If he knows who he is, that means he's good. So, hey, look. Nobody's going to miss you. And I feel like, a lot of people can now take that opportunity of him leaving to flourish. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is America, and you can believe in whatever you want to believe in, do whatever you want to do, no disrespect. Hey, if that's what you want to do, respect.
Do it.
But it is what it is. So
I don't know, man. I don't know how to take those. I mean, at least he wasn't disrespectful about it. He was very professional reading that quote. But the only thing that kind of got me tripping is when he said, "I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem."
I mean, there's a lot of people in this country that believe like that. Whether they want to admit it or not, they believe in that too. You know.
But I mean, okay, yeah, that's disrespectful. We both can agree.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not agreeing with what he's saying. I feel like, not to cut you off, just real quick. I feel like people who think that when others are kneeling during the anthem, when they think that that's disrespectful, they're not getting the gist of why they're kneeling for the anthem. They're not saying, you know, people say, hey, you know, they're disrespecting the military or whatever. That's not why they're kneeling. And do you know how many vets and people in the military have said, we understand why you're doing this? You know what I mean? Like, nobody's disrespecting America. They're just taking a stand against it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Yohannes. I wish people had the same mindset you had.
Because they don't care. They want to neglect what's going on in the country, or they can say, hey, you can do it in a different way, you know?
Again, a lot of people have their own perspective on things.
Right, absolutely.
Which is totally understandable.
Absolutely.
But, also there's other news in NASCAR where Bubba, what's his name? Freaking, I'm sorry, I don't watch NASCAR, guys.
Me neither.
But Bubba Wallace, I believe. Was it Bubba Wallace?
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba
Sparks, baby. Booty.
I think is he black? He's definitely black, right? So this article says. This article is from Sports Illustrated, by the way. Our source is from Sports Illustrated, by the way. If I do quote anything from this article, it's from Sports Illustrated, by the way. So I have no intent to fucking copyright, and we have no intent to copyright. So thank you very much. But Bubba Wallace has decided to drive a Black Lives Matter car during the next NASCAR race that he has, and I think that's big time. And from looking at, do you think he's light skinned? So he's black?
I have no idea. He's black. No, he is black.
So yeah, Bubba Wallace is supporting his black people. I'm sorry, man, Bubba. I don't even know you, bro. I don't watch NASCAR. We both don't watch NASCAR.
I will say this though. After what Abdi's saying and what he's gonna say, I'm gonna look you up and I'm gonna learn everything about you.
Yeah. Pause. So like, yeah. But appreciate the fact that you're coming out as a black man in a sport that black people are, in a sport that minorities aren't you know, big on, you know, and you're standing with us, with our people. Right. You're standing to unite, to make peace, and that's big ups to you, man. Like the fact that you driving a Black Lives Matter car, bro. Like,
you know, so much hate he's gonna get from this.
I guarantee you, like, you're probably gonna get a lot of hate, but NASCAR is gonna get a lot of fucking new fans because of you now. You've opened the eyes of a lot of new kids. Kids are gonna look up to you as a hero now, and it's a good start for NASCAR. You know, you've opened up a lot of eyes. You've opened up a lot of. You're a hero to a lot of people because of that. So shout out to you, my guy.
And I'll say real quick, you know, like he said, I don't really know much about NASCAR, but what you're doing makes me an automatic fan.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna learn, you know, everything about. And now I'm gonna be more interested in NASCAR and more about who Bubba Wallace is as a person and as a driver.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Now look at that. Like just off this, I'm a fan.
Yep.
So,
do you want to end there?
Yeah, we'll call it good right there, baby.
So that's all we have for our podcast today. Part 2. Sorry we couldn't get much more to talk about. I will be opening up a phone line if you guys want to leave voice messages on that. Please do let us know what you guys have for questions. Yohannes, ask him if you ever have like topics for him to talk about.
Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM at King Testify on Instagram. I'm gonna respond. You feel me?
Yep. You guys know I've said it multiple times at Halfcore Entertainment, all platforms. Holla at me. Holla at us. Technical File Podcast. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe. If you're watching this video, like, comment. Please like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Yes.